Good morning, student. This is the third video of chapter 5, Pastoralists in the Modern World, class 9th. I am Joginder Kumar. We have to start our video. Pastoralism in Africa. Over a half of the world's pastoral population lives in Africa. Bedouins, Berbers, Maasai, Somali, Boran, and Turkana are some of the pastoralist communities in Africa. They raise cattle, camels, goat, sheep, donkeys, and they sell their milk, meat, animal skin, and wool. Some also earn through the trade and transport. Some others combine pastoral activities with the agriculture. Many others do a variety of the odd jobs to supplement their earnings. You can see in the picture, this is the map of Africa continent, and there are the different communities here. So you can see in the north and west, the Berbers, in the middle and in the north, the Bedouins, and the area of Somalia or the Somali community is shown here, and which is in a square area of Maasai. This is the Maasai land. This is the area of Masai Mara rivers of Africa. Here we will discuss what. Now we will see about Maasai. This is the tribal group of Eastern Africa, and these are the cattle herders, known for the being hunters, warriors, and the herders also. No longer hunt in the most of Africa. They are known to be the fearless and helpful to animals and all people. Maasai never engaged in the slave or the trading activities, have never taken conquered tribe for the slave, but they have displaced other tribes and taken their land by the European powers. Their numbering is about 3 lakhs. Maasai live in Kenya, and about 1,50,000 people living in Tanzania of this pastoral community. You can see here, this is the Maasai area or the Maasai land. In the west and south, Tanzania you can see here, and in the north this is the Kenya. Nairobi is the kingdom of Kenya. You can see the movement of the pastoralist communities of Africa. Cattle of the V, which whose movement is seen to the southward, and some of them are the westward. Sheep and goats are reared in this area because of this is the North Sahara Africa's areas. This is the Sahara Desert area, which is scattered around 11 countries, and the Africa's south area of the Kalahari Desert, where the movement of goat and sheep is seen here. You can see the pastoralist community Maasai in the picture. Now we will see about their history. Maasai are the southernmost Nilotic speaker and are the linguistically most directly related to the Turkana and the Kalenjin, who live near the lake Turkana in the western central Kenya. According to the Maasai oral history and the archaeological record, they also originated near the lake Turkana. Maasai are the pastoralists and have the resisted At the urging of the Tanzania and Kenyan government to adopt a more sedentary lifestyle. They have demanded grazing rights to many of the national parks in the both countries and routinely ignore the international boundaries as they move their goat cattle across open savanna area with the changing of the seasons. Now we will see that all the Maasai not equally affected. During the colonial period, the Maasai society was divided into the two social groups. First was elders and the second was the warriors. The elders formed the ruling group. The warriors consisted of the younger people who were mainly responsible for the protection of the tribe. The British introduced a series of measures to administer the affair of the Maasai. Several restrictions were imposed on the riding and the warfare. This led to erosion of the authority for the both elders as well as for the warriors. A chief appointed by the colonial government often accumulated the wealth over the time. They could now buy animals, goods, and land. The chief became more powerful. The poor pastoralist did not have resources to buy over the tide over the bad times. Many of them had to migrate to the towns in search for the livelihood. New distinctions between the wealthy and the poor developed in the Maasai community. So, not all equally affected, but the poor Maasai were badly hit by the European powers. Division of this pastoralist community. The pastoral community was divided into two sections. First was the elders and the second were the warriors. We have seen about this. The warriors reared the cattle and fight wars for the borders to secure the political as well as the geographical boundary of their Maasai land, while the elders had the political significance in the society and solve and take decisions on the behalf of the whole community, while the warriors were subject to the elders. How were they affected? Due to the expansion of the agriculture in the African area, most of the grazing land shrunk. Due to the political partition of the land by the colonial powers, the borders were closed for the pastoralist communities. Due to the drought in the pasture land, many cattle of the Maasai had died. Due to many types of restrictions, the Maasai changed their occupations. The poor Maasai affected badly, and they haven't any grazing land, their cattle, and have no agriculture field. Thank you. Have a nice day, student.